So I have said in quite a few of my first videos that I'm going to be pre-ordering the Valve Index on day one, no matter what. But some recent events by Steam almost changed that. Let me explain. Okay, so the Valve Index is looking to be a pretty awesome headset with great resolution, proven tracking techniques, and of course its refresh rate is something we have never seen before. These are the exact reasons I've been so hyped about the Index and why I've been so adamant to order one as soon as humanly possible. The excitement for the Index even swayed me to not buy the Rift S and spend more than twice as much for a top-notch experience. So now let me tell you where things changed. I knew there was going to be a countdown timer to pre-order the Index, and if you've done enough online queue systems for tickets for high-traffic events, you'll know the gist. I set my timer and stayed on the countdown page. I requested to go into work late just so I could be completely available for the exact second the timer hit 0. About 5 minutes until the countdown hit go time, I sat hovering over the Available Soon button, and immediately when I saw Add to Cart, I did so. I proceeded through my checkout process, agreed to terms of service that I definitely read all the way through, and agreed to order this $1,000 beast. Order successful. But wait. My page refreshes and I'm greeted with a message that says something like, "For the protection of the account holder, this purchase has been declined. Further purchasing will be limited, and please contact Steam support." Okay, I thought, great time for my bank to be declining, right? I immediately called my bank and they had no recollection and no record of any charges by Valve or Steam, and had certainly not declined anything. So I tried again, making absolutely sure that all of my payment information was correct, and I refreshed everything to make sure I'm not messing anything up. And an available to reserve button is now available that replaced the add to cart. And the expected ship date is in September. It's close to half a year away. Turns out I'm not the only one that this happened to. Here on the Steam forums and Reddit, I found quite a few people that had the exact same thing happen to them. I immediately submitted a support ticket and waited. In the meantime, I actually pre-ordered a Rift S thinking that maybe the Index just wasn't for me. The Rift S isn't as top-notch as the Index, but it does cost less than half, and will no doubt be a plenty good headset, especially once some of the occlusion issues are ironed out. Then, Steam support finally replied to me about 8 PM that night. Apparently the issue was their fault, and they'd be making it right for me. Sweet, whatever that means. I still kept my pre-order on the Rift S open because I wasn't sure what Valve meant by making it right. I've had my Rift CB1 for about 2.5 years now, so I felt I was due for an upgrade, and I admittedly was a little impatient regarding my upgrade. Almost 3 years, however, isn't bad for a device that sits on your face for a couple hours a day, even though I have a VR cover that I clean pretty often. I can still tell that I've had it for a reasonable amount of time, and I was pretty happy with my Rift S order. That's until Steam got back to me. They said that they'd be honoring my pre-order for a first wave of release because something on their side of the system had messed up. I mean, I'm still paying the full price as normal, just not having to wait on the reserve list, which means I probably would have never gotten the Index because I was, like I said, a little impatient. I have to admit, I'm a little surprised that they did this, even though it was their own system fault and it looks like not nearly enough indexes were made to satisfy the demand. They did the right thing and honored my pre-order. I'm pretty impressed with the customer service so far, and I hope that everyone that had this problem submitted a Steam support ticket and stuck with it, and that they're getting treated the same. Now, this isn't a loophole where if you were too late to pre-order, you could submit a ticket and hopefully get a pre-order, because you can see my transaction history that my order was processed, accepted, and then later denied by Valve, which is pretty odd. I do, however, know a ton of people that were completely ready with cash in hand to buy the Index that were just a little too late, or didn't expect them to sell out completely within 30 minutes of pre-orders. No one knows exactly how many Indexes Valve sold, or how many they had available for pre-order, but I'm pretty sure that we can all agree that there probably should have been more, or at the very least had more available quicker for people that didn't get there for the first wave of pre-orders. Yeah, I also understand that this is their first time making their own headset completely by themselves, and the logistics of that are something that I can't even claim to begin to understand. But in this case, I do think that more would have been better. On the other side of the coin, I'm pretty surprised, maybe just as Valve is, at how quickly the VR community jumped on a headset this expensive. I've heard from many people that it's too expensive and niche, and that it was a mistake by Valve making such a pricey package. But like I said, it seems like the only mistake was not making enough of them. I'm pretty impressed by how many people were willing to throw $1,000 at the headset that offers some pretty good options. And I think in time, something like the Index will dramatically fall in price, similar to how the Rift CB1 did within a couple of years of its launch. So I did cancel my Rift S pre-order. I'm happy to say that I will for sure be getting my Index in the first wave of pre-orders. And as always, I will have videos and hands-on information here. Did you try to pre-order the Index? What was your situation like? Did you get it? Thanks for watching, everybody, and if you like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you didn't, just let me know. I really appreciate all the feedback. Hope you enjoyed and have a great week, Thrill Seekers.